Hey, hey. Okay. Been a few days. Maybe a week. I don't know, man. The time flies by when you're doing this cataloging and putting in job applications. I thought I had a solid foot at Firestone near me, and they promise you a third interview. Someone goes on vacation, and then you're stuck in the pipeline, and suddenly they hire somebody from within, and you know you get hosed no matter how damn good of a candidate you were. So back to the drawing board of putting in job applications again. Just when I was this close from being satisfied. What else is new? That's life, right? So I'm gonna come back. I've been in a real Steppenwolf and Styx run during the week. Um, After this, I'm probably going to do a ranking of Steppenwolf albums, not counting the 82 to 90 John Kay and Steppenwolf, those three albums. I'm missing the first album, At Your Birthday Party, predominantly the War Mice cover, uh, and Skullduggery from '76. But I'm going to listen to those digitally, and I'm going to come back with a ranking on that, and maybe a top 10 or a top 20 Steppenwolf songs, because God, that band is so underrated and lost by time. But I've never heard more honest depictions of both protest, what you believe in, and especially with John Kay being an East Prussian immigrant. Uh, just the being taught what the ideals of America were, and then the evolving slow bitterness of how just fucked up we are as a country, and him reacting to it. It's something else. And Styx, I got a original of Serpent is Rising on the way, and I'm in the middle of listening to and cataloging my whole uh, Crystal Ball, Grand Illusion, Pieces of Eight, uh, Paradise Theater. I'm missing Kilroy still. I'm missing Equinox and Cornerstone. Not that I don't know them, uh, you know, but I'll listen to those again. And while I hunt them down, they used to be real cheap, $5 each, for great copies, and now it's like $20 each for great copies because people caught on and realized how damn good they are, and the market's not as saturated as it used to be with people giving up their old records. I've been spending a lot of time with Edge of the Century, Crash of the Crown, Brave New World, even. So it's. I still need to get the mission and circling from above. But there'll be a Styx top 10 or top 20 songs before there's an album ranking, or maybe not. We'll see what happens. But for now, before I do a Steppenwolf album ranking, I said that I would do a Steely Dan top 10, top 15. It turned into top 20. And I tried. I tried to keep it top 10, but damn, when you have arguably seven masterpiece albums in a row, it gets real difficult to cut them down. And I did my best to keep it because Katie Lied originally I had five tracks pulled from that for this, and I went, I could do without Rose Darling some of the time. So I did my best. I knocked Katie Lied down to four tracks, and we've got mostly three songs an album otherwise to cover this. So I'm not going to complain too much, but here we go. My number 20 for Steely Dan top 20 is we start with Dirty Work, track two off the first album, Can't Buy a Thrill, 72. I don't want to do your dirty work no more. Guy stuck in an affair, he's getting used and abused. He knows it. He's trying to walk away, saying he's going to walk away. He still can't. And how many of us have been in those spots? It is what it is. Number 19, also off Can't Buy a Thrill. This is, I believe it's track 6 to start the B side or the second side. Are you reeling in the years? Uh, I don't think I have to explain that song too much. I think everybody here who sees this, and even if you don't see it, you know it. It's one of their biggest songs of all time. It's probably one of the greatest radio hits of all time, too. So, nothing has to be said. There's a lot of, bitterness and mild disgust with a smirk in typical Donald Fagen delivery. My number 18 comes off the third album, Pretzel Logic. Any major dude will tell you. So, a concession, calm reassurance from the narrator to another person. They're just there. They're not giving you any solutions or judgment. Kind of almost meaningless, but it's what we do. We don't have the answers to everything, and that's when you listen to just the way it grooves and everything. It all fits in with life. Number 17 for me, also off of Pretzel Logic again, the opening track, if I'm not mistaken. Ricky, don't lose that number. Okay. Um, Straight to the point. We're talking about trying not to lose somebody. It's just the harmonies, the guitar, the drums, the way the whole song fits together. Um, yeah, it's just one of those tracks. It's, again, if you were to tell someone to name 5 Steely Dan songs, this would probably be one of the ones they came up with. 16 for me should be the first track from the second album, Countdown to Ecstasy. 70, was this late 72, early 73? Showbiz Kids. Oh man, this is just total satire on the LA scene, the nepo babies, the rich kids, people who have just money, entitlement, uh, those lazy sacks of shit that won't go to work, who don't care about other things. Uh, Literally, the lyrics say, "I don't give a fuck about this." They don't care about or understand the world outside of the larger bubble. This is, I know it's the second album, but this is your full voltage Steely Dan cynicism, just on display out of the gate. If you didn't hear the later satire and cynicism, but you came in on this album, you heard someone, whoa, oh, okay. Yeah, they're telling you exactly how they feel and what they think of the people around them and the kids they're seeing at their shows and are making the news and the rounds. 15 for me, off of what was the last album originally in 1980. This shouldn't be surprising to anyone who actually did see my Steely Dan ranking from Gaucho. This song is, it's a glamour profession, illegal fun under the sun, boy. Oh, so we're looking at LA's underbelly here. The dealers, the athletes, the socialites, the people around them. The Donald Fagen doing this inflated, almost helium-like delivery at times, poking fun at the people who come at you smiling. They're party hounds. They love doing their stuff in the clubs and everything, and realize they're just hollow and dead inside, and they're just faking it to you. They're just being actors. It's all just a mask. Yep. As I hit the John Cena, you can't see me. It is a glam profession. This is the way things are. Not only LA, like Showbiz Kids, but Vegas, certainly Studio 54 back from their home in New York. It's just, it is what it is. Everyone's putting on an act, doing what they got to do. My number 14 going forward, Asia. Okay, this one being this low might surprise people. A man spiritually, existentially going into his ideal fantasy. You know, you could look at it as, you know, a woman, a place, a moment, a whole bunch about Chinese food in the air and everything like that. But getting away your comfort zone, just the escape from the chaos of everyday life. And the thing with this track is, I know there's that other song on the album, Home at Last, which is like the Iliad and the Odyssey put together, and Odysseus trying to get home. Asia is the title track, is more of just a mental and emotional break from everything that's going on. My Twitter post got liked by Brian Slagle, the head of Metal Blade Records over there. That's what that little alarm was if you heard it. Cool. Gotta love it. Uh, you know, Asia itself, though, it's more about just that break, that whole heaven on earth, if you will. And we're in a world that just doesn't give you that, doesn't just automatically offer you that. You got to go dig for it. It's those moments you drive out to a place and you find it. So, enough about that. I'm taking too long. Number 13 off of, well, this shouldn't surprise you. This came off of this Katie Lied, Chain Lightning. Woo, smoky blues here. Just a little bit shy of CCR, but still in the Willie Dixon, Howlin' Wolf, Albert King territory of blues and jazz mixed together. Whether it's about a cult leader or something else, people falling under their spells, that's a whole other thing. But just the track itself, the way it moves, the groove, the people it reminds me of that I listen to quite a lot. I often listen to Spoonful, Killing Floor, Sing You the Blues, Born Under a Bad Sign. This is as close to that as Steely Dan got. So, and I did say CCR kind of. So a little bit of Susie Q. The nighttime is the right time. It's just, it is what it is. Number 12 for me, Time Out of Mind, again from Gaucho. Whereas Asia was about the existential, natural, emotional heaven. Heaven is a place on earth. We love you, Belinda. This is Time Out of Mind is more of a link to Walter Becker's massive heroin addiction at the time. And, this is Time Out of Mind is, instead of Asia being the natural heaven or escape, this is, of course, the, almost Jim Jones, freaking Jim Jones, Jesus Christ, Helter Skelter. Take these drugs. It's going to give you your ritual. This is your quick escape. You can transcend this way. You don't need a place. You can hide your pain. Just swallow or shoot up. You'll get it. It sounds glossy. It's smooth, but like anything else, any form of addiction, it's pretty evil and sinister underneath all that, all the glitz. So it's not a spiritual high. It's really just a drug high. Number 11 off the Royal Scam. Don't Take Me Alive. Legit. You won't take me alive, coppers. So, guy who's done a bunch of shit, he's doomed. He doesn't want to surrender. It's a standoff. Darker, very driving. The whole album, The Royal Scam, is full of these tracks. And it's just one of those mood pieces. And sometimes I get the thought in my own head that when push comes to shove, if something goes south, I'm done. It's just, I'm not going out like that. So, sorry for the Cypress Hill reference there, but I ain't going out like that. Literally, don't take me alive. My number 10 is likewise is the title track from the Royal Scam. Oh man, Americans being crushed by immigrants being crushed by what really goes on in just the economics, the politics, the uh, just the cultural aspects of what America was in the early and mid 70s and well late 70s, and I like how much this fits into my Steppenwolf arc as well, and all the corruption, the broken promises, greed is good, essentially from the 80s, but early on. This whole song, that whole album, but the title track to close it, just this dirge heavy blues and jazz funk mix. It's crushing. It's almost unrelenting, and it's one that stays with you at the end of the day. Again, when I get to my Steppenwolf album rankings and like top 10 or maybe top 20, because I can cheat. It's my own damn channel. Not everyone sees it, but I can do whatever. Uh, we'll approach these much more often. My number 9, the very first song, Can't Buy a Thrill. It's called Do It Again. Go back, Jack. Do it again. Wheel turning round and round. Oh, you got the gambler who can't stop. The man with the toxic lover. A killer managing to somehow escape justice and do it again. Everything leads back to the same starting place. It's and the way that the synths, the organ, and the guitar play out, it's almost like you're seeing a heat wave mirage in a desert. It's all very fatalistic. Some people would say this is their greatest song. I wouldn't blame you, especially if you were there in real time and that's what you saw on the Midnight Special with Richard Palmer singing most of it instead of Fagan because he had stage fright. But again, Do It Again is one of those tracks I just reach for all the time. Number 8 from Katie Lyde, Your Gold Teeth Part 2. Much more cynical and resigned compared to the original. All the characters involved, the gamblers, the murderers, uh, the users, the pushers, everyone's older. It's not as high stakes as it was the first time around. You know, you're chasing thrills long after that thrill is gone. Apologies to BB King. Uh, it's just the ending is much more predictable now compared to the first time around when everyone's younger and is a hot shot. You'd have to go listen to these two tracks to really get it. Number 7, also off of Katie Lyde again, Dr. Wu. Are you with me, Dr. Wu? So, middle of a love triangle, and of course, Dr. Wu being the guy who's the pusher man. Again, I'm trying not to go total Steppenwolf right now, but yeah, we're back to heroin and crack. Well, crack didn't quite exist yet, but coke, the narrator, Fagan's character talking about a lover, maybe, and a dealer. Everything that holds power over him. You got betrayal, not being able to get away from bad influences. It's a track but it's all this fantasy and very progressive sounding harmonies. I think Michael McDonald does. I know Michael McDonald was on. Uh, he was on Pretzel Logic. I'm pretty damn sure he's on this as well, and the Royal Scam. So these are all tracks that fit that MO. Number 6, the title track, Pretzel Logic. Trying to relive, recreate, or buy back your past. You want to go back, you want to make things happen again, but they never do. And it's fighting for nostalgia is as its own separate addiction, not being able to move forward. Number 5, from the second album. Next two are from the second album. Final track off of Countdown to Ecstasy is The King of the World. Lone survivor, post nuclear apocalypse, which was a very real thing. Think Blue Oyster Cult later on in '81. This album just had its 45th anniversary the other day. The BOC, Fire of Unknown Origin, I mean. But the song Soul Survivor. So this is a very numb, embittered, detached last man on Earth, just talking to no one, extremely dystopian. Except where, as you fast forward to '81, BOC, and then a spaceship arrives to pick up to see if anyone's alive, and the sole survivor can't get away from his own belief and his own ideology. He's the last one. How dare there be someone else? It's frightening. And he runs away. King of the World is the opposite. This is just, yeah, even Vincent Price, if you will, with I Am Legend or Last Man on Earth. You know, there's nothing left, and I'm so tired and done with this shit. Number 4, off the same album, Your Gold Teeth Part 1. A gambler, the seducer, the drifter, living by chance, their charms. Again, people taking risks, rewards, having a blow up in their face and being down and out on their luck, but then either lying to themselves and once again doing it again. Can't help it. You just keep doing your habits. You repeat. You know, wash, rinse, repeat. House always wins in life, and that's the thing. But when you like what you do, or you have fun doing what you're doing, or you get away with it for a long time, you keep doing it. Number 3, off of Gaucho, the very last track, and the one on the album that has the Asia inflections and voicing. Third World Man. This is somebody who's, poor, not even LMC or UMC, but for whatever it is, their traumas, their wars, drugs, maybe all three. Just looking at somebody who unraveled and doesn't have a chance in a first world country, but we treat these people like they live in the third world and they don't deserve our attention despite our Judeo-Christian beliefs. So, this is an elegy for someone who's already gone, and we probably should be doing better. But again, cynicism, both Steely Dan and by 74, I want to say Steppenwolf. Person's already halfway gone, and nobody's got the determination, the willingness, or the balls to actually help somebody, despite what they claim to do, or go to church on Sunday, or what the government says to do. This is the way it plays out. Leading me to number 2, Kid Charlemagne, the lead off of Royal Scam. The rise and fall of just a chemist, someone counterculture. He's brilliant, he's reckless, but next thing you know, you're obsolete. Society's moved on. The social culture has moved on. People grew up. Everything's tightening up to come catch you. It's all done. The ideals for the revolution of the 60s, it's dead and gone. And again, Steppenwolf plays into this as well, more than I expected him to, but Steppenwolf was always more politically, socially charged than Steely Dan, let's be honest. Number 1, wrapping this up after 24 minutes of rambling to explain things. My number 1, I gave it away on the last video when I did the album ranking. Came off my number 2 album. It's an anthem. Deacon Blues. A man who has been successful, but doesn't exactly fit into the whole world and society, and just chooses to embrace and take chances to, you know, I might as well be a loser or act like a loser now and own it. He's tired of clean, respectable living and romanticizes just having moments of failure because at least they'll have an identity separate of always doing the right thing. Jazz, booze, late nights, driving, possibly dying. If he's not going to always be the hero, well, he's going to write his own. He's going to write his own downfall. Killed by his own hubris, like a Futurama with the scary door. Well, at least I can. The guy's eyes, the Burgess Meredith character's eyes fall out, and he goes, "Yeah." Well, first he goes, "Oh my glasses broke. Wait, I'm nearsighted. I could read large print." And then his eyes fall out. He goes, he screams, and he goes, "Well, at least I can still read Braille." And then his hands fall off. Ooh, God, look at that creepy mirror over there. And Bender goes, "Yep, killed by his own hubris." Nobody explains the joke in Futurama how his tongue fell out, but then he could suddenly talk perfectly. But yeah, it's a cartoon, whatever. It doesn't have to make sense totally. This is again, Deacon Blues is he wants a nickname and a way to describe himself, choosing his loser moments or his little downfalls. I even went to a rehab graduation the other night, and somebody I hadn't seen in a while, and they said, they asked what I was doing, and I told them, well, that I still accept of my nicknames from work. You could still call me Deacon. That's terrible. But it's a track that I lived with, drinking at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and then getting up for work at 6, 6:30, 7, and managing to make it to work on time at 8 o'clock, maybe 8:15, and just making up stories about traffic and stuff like that. No reason to do it, but it became my identity. And yeah, so that's my top 20 Steely Dan tracks. Before I do a ranking of the Styx albums, I tell you, I might do a top 10 or whatever Styx tracks, and that's gonna be brutal too. Because again, I try to keep this top 10 for Steely Dan, but there's just too many, just damn good songs. And then to narrow it down to 10, then go here are 10 honorable mentions. It's easier just to make it 20 and reorder and flip it around from there than it is to just leave it out and throw it out there. So, okay, wrapping this up. This was long-winded, more than it had to be. What else? It's Tony. That's what I do. I don't shut up. I'll sit here and educate you for 2 hours and keep rambling. It's all good. You know what? As long as you learn something. And, man, go play some Steely Dan. It's all good. See you next time.